UFC Fight Night. We got Chiesa versus Magny. Wicked, awesome main event. Gonna give you a quick prediction on this card. The card's an early card tomorrow morning. First fight, we got Leonardo versus Manon for Fiorot. Leonardo, her strategy is she's the grappler versus striker. She's looking to get clinches against the fence, get the takedown, do a lot of work on the ground. Fiorot's looking to keep the standing. She's the far better striker, has a real big edge in the stand-up. Leonardo has the grappling, so she definitely has a path to victory here. I like Fiorot in this spot, though. I think she can avoid some of the takedowns, keep this standing, and she finishes fights. She gets knockouts, like she knocks people out. And in this division, that's not something you see all the time, right? So I like her power. I think it's going to really get to Leonardo. So I like Fiorot to win this fight here. The next fight, we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Morozov. I like Nurmagomedov in this fight. Morozov, I believe, has a striking advantage, but Nurmagomedov has really good kicks, a decent jab. What I like about Nurmagomedov is how he mixes it up with his grappling. Yeah, his grappling is kind of like a Khabib, where he goes for those takedowns, chains it, he has really good top pressure. So he has a big advantage in the wrestling department, in the grappling department. And Morozov, I think, is a bit better in the stand-up area, but I don't think the advantage is that big. So I like Nurmagomedov here to win this fight. Use his wrestling, mix it up, win a clear decision. Next fight, we have a real tough fight. I think it's 50-50. Honestly, I'm not putting any money on this fight. They both fight similar. Both can wrestle. They both like to box. They both like to stand up. They like to trade. I give Davis the experience. He's been in the UFC already. He's fought some good competition. Jones was the 155 in welterweight champion in Cage Warriors. Again, I think this fight can go any way. If you go with Jones, I definitely Mason Jones. I get it. He's a real good dog here in this spot. I'm gonna go with Davis though. I'm gonna go with his experience. I think he's a bit quicker as well in the striking area. Again, I think this fight's gonna come down to who hits who first. So again, this can go any way here. Another fight, 50-50 in my eyes, because I don't think there's enough footage on Figueiredo. He's obviously got this spot because of his brother Davison Figueiredo. He wasn't that high of a ranked flyweight in Brazil for him to get this opportunity, right? So obviously Davison's is a connection here versus Jerome Rivera. With Jerome Rivera, we're getting a tall flyweight. One of the taller ones, likes to fight on the outside. Good kicks, good jabs, really good jiu-jitsu. So if this fight gets to the ground, he definitely has he has a way to win with that jiu-jitsu. Figueiredo, I only saw one fight, so I can't get much out of it. It's only one fight. It could have been a bad fight. He looked okay. It was a decision. It was a draw. But yeah, based off the unknowns with Figueiredo, again, I'm not betting this fight because of the unknowns with Figueiredo. He can come out here world class, right? Or he can just come out here and stink the bed, right? Because there's not much to look at. So based off that, I'm gonna go with Jerome Rivera, more experience in the UFC. His brother didn't get him in, but again, this can go anyway. I haven't seen much on Figueiredo, so I'm gonna go with Jerome Rivera, just based on the fact that I don't know what I'm getting from Figueiredo. Next fight, Dolce Longembula versus Marcus Perez. This is a pretty close fight. Marcus Perez is pretty decent everywhere. He has good jiu-jitsu, okay stand-up. Dolce has a judo background, but he doesn't use it much. He likes to stand. He likes to bang. So this fight, this is a tough fight. But I think as the fight goes on, I think Dolce is gonna land that heavy shot here. I know he's kind of one-dimensional how he fights, but I think he's gonna land it. I think he's gonna connect, and I think he's gonna hurt Perez. So I like Dolce to win that fight. This next fight, we have a striker's delight. We got Sumaderji versus Adashev. Adashev, before he came to the UFC, was I believe a kickboxer, some type of karate guy. Not karate, some type of kickboxing he was doing before he came to the UFC. Good kicks, good speed, good punches. I think he's a bit undersized here. I think the big thing here is Sumaderji, 5'8", 7-inch reach advantage, 5 strikes landed per minute, so he's really active as a striker. I think the physical advantages is too much here. Both good strikers, but I think that 7-inch reach is going to be a big issue here because Muderji is actually good fighting with his length, so he's good at using his length. So I like Sue Muderji to win that fight, win by knockout. Ricky Simone versus Perello. I give Perello the stand-up edge, but not by much. Simone definitely can crack, can stand up a bit, has some striking, but I got to give Perello that edge there. But I give Simone a big grappling advantage here. I give him a big wrestling advantage, and I think that's going to be I think that's what we're going to be looking at here, where he's going to pretty much be able to mix it up, his striking, his wrestling, and I think the wrestling's going to take him over here to win this fight. So I got Ricky Simone here, utilize that wrestling, get the victory. Main event on the prelims, we got Tom Breeze versus Umar Akhmedov. So with Akhmedov, we know what we're getting. A really good first round, going for takedowns, utilizing top pressure, fighting against the cage. So he's a grapple-heavy fighter. He has his striking is not up there, but again, he wants to get this to the ground. Breeze, 75% takedown defense. He's a boxer. He likes to stand. He likes to box. I think this is a 50-50 fight because how I look at it is Akhmedov has a 50% takedown. He gets 50% of his takedowns. Breeze stuffs 75% of the takedowns. So if Breeze can keep this fight standing, I give him a sizable advantage in the stand-up area. Breeze has a bit of wrestling though. He can grapple a bit. He can avoid some of these strikes. He can avoid. He can grapple a bit. He can wrestle a bit. So you never know what you're getting with Tom Breeze though. Some fights he pulls out last minute, so he has anxiety issues and such. So you don't know what you're getting from the guy. But I'm gonna bank on Breeze coming here, showing up, stuffing some of these takedowns, and boxing Akhmedov. I think he has the better boxing. Again, he has 75% takedown defense, so he does have the ability to stop some of these takedowns. And I think if he is around in the second round, stuffs that takedown in the second round, I think we're gonna see Breeze run away with this. But again, this is a 50-50 fight. Both fighters have a clear path to victory on that one. Let's go to the main event section here. First fight, we got Lerone Murphy versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Douglas Silva de Andrade, really good kicks. Tough fighter to beat. He's like 20-something and 3, like 27 and 3 or something like that. Or sorry, 26 and 3. It's right there. So he's hard to beat here. He has good kicks. He's getting up there in age. Good kicks, good striking. He has decent footwork, so he's a tough out. He's a tough fight. Lerone Murphy, he had a really good fight versus Ricardo Ramos. I think this is a hard one to call here. I know the odds are giving Lerone Murphy making him a big favorite, but Andrade has that Dos Anjos striking style. I'm not saying exactly like Rafael Dos Anjos, but he kicks low. He has the straights, the jabs. He moves around. He has the footwork. He knows what he needs to do to win rounds. He wins fights. He's like 26 wins, 3 losses. This guy knows how to win fights. He has the experience. He's a sizable underdog to me. I think this fight should be a bit closer. We know Lerone Murphy, pretty new in the UFC, but he's looking good. He had 2 tough fights they gave him. First fight was a draw, but again, he had a real tough first fight. That was versus Tukagov. So we know he's a hard out. He's one of Khabib's boys. He has that grappling. So Lerone looked good in that fight. He had a draw in that fight. His striking is okay. His striking's decent. Pretty quick hands. Good reflexes. Decent takedowns. He's gonna have the size in this fight. 5-inch reach. I think that's what's gonna take him over the top in this fight. Having those physical advantages in a close fight. 2 inches taller. 5-inch reach. If he gets a takedown, his top game is heavy. His ground and pound is real heavy. Based on just watch that Ricardo Ramos fight, right? He finished it once he got him on the ground. Pound, fight over, right? So with these physical advantages, with 2 fighters that are equally skilled, I like Lerone Murphy in this spot. I think his size is going to be a big thing, as well as his age. Andrade is getting up there in age, so I like Lerone Murphy there. We got Matt Schnell versus Tyson Nam. This is one of the closest fights on this card. Nam, he's not as active, right? He's not as an active striker, but he's looking to march you down. He's looking to land that shot. A very aggressive fighting style. He likes to stand up and just go toe to toe, right? He wants to march you down. Schnell is a bit more quicker on the feet. He's a little bit more faster with his striking. Schnell also has that jiu-jitsu in his back pocket. If he can somehow get this to the ground, he definitely has an advantage there. Coin flip fight, 50-50. I'm not betting this fight, but for the sake of the channel, I'll take Matt Schnell. I think he's a bit more active in the striking, and I think he has that jiu-jitsu aspect. I think he has that ground. I know that Nam's going to be physically stronger, but I think if this gets to the ground, I think Schnell has the advantage with the jiu-jitsu, so with the grappling part. So I'm going to take Schnell to win that fight. This is a real tough fight. Don't listen to the odds. Viviana Rojo versus Roxanne Modafferi. Roxanne, we know, has really bad stand-up. However, really good clinching. She has really good clinch work, able to get you against the fence, get you on the ground, really good top control, able to hold the rounds, right? So she's fighting Viviana Rojo, who likes to move around, has good striking. This fight can go any way, right? Both fighters have a clear path in this fight. I'm going to bank on Rojo's footwork, moving around the ring, avoiding the grappling, and just piecing her up, because her striking is way better than Roxanne. So I'm going to take Viviana Rojo there. Next fight, Ike Villanueva, Vinicius Moreira. This is a battle of low-level fighters. I'm not betting this fight. Villanueva has the hands. He has the power. He's pretty much looking to knock Moreira out of there in the first round. Vinicius is more of a really good jiu-jitsu fighter. If he can get this to the ground, he has a lot of success there. So I'm going to go with Vinicius. I'm going to go with Vinicius in this fight. Villanueva was really one-dimensional. Again, I think he can get the knockout, and he might get the knockout. Vinicius has been knocked out, but I'm going to bank on Vinicius. Maybe having a little adversity at the beginning, taking a couple shots, eating the shots, and I'm going to bank on him getting a clinch, getting this to the ground where it's his world, right? So he gets 2.61 takedowns. I think that's all he'll need, right, is one or two takedowns, right? So if he gets one or two takedowns, yeah, we'll see. But this is 50-50. Look at the odds. But I'm going to go with Vinicius here to win this fight. Next fight, we got Mounier Lazzez versus Warlley Alves. Warlley Alves could win this if he wants to utilize his grappling, but he's going to want to stand and bang and put on an entertaining fight. But his activity is not that high. He has 3 strikes landed per minute. He's going to be fighting a taller, rangier striker, a better striker. I like Mounier Lazzez, 6 to 7 strikes landed per minute. I think this is going to be stay on the feet. I don't think this is going to the ground. And if it does, I think actually Mounier might get the takedown, right? So I'm going to go with Mounier Lazzez here to win a clear win here. Decision or knockout, I can't decide. But clear win, Mounier Lazzez. Main event time, we got Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa. Let's look at Chiesa. So I give him I think he might have the wrestling advantage. This is a close, when it comes to the grappling, Magny may have the wrestling advantage or Chiesa. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, Magny may have the advantage or Chiesa. They both are pretty close in terms of the grappling that we're not going to find out until you see them actually grapple to see who has the advantage there. But obviously, Magny is definitely the better striker with 5-inch reach advantage, taller by 2 inches. So he has a physical advantage in this fight. They both fought equally good opponents. In a fight where I think that the grappling is pretty equal, pretty close. In a 5-round fight, if the grappling gets negated, or if they start getting tired as the fight goes on where they can't really grapple as much as they want, I like Magny in this spot here. He may have the better grappling, but we know he has the much better striking. So I'm going to go with Neil Magny to win this fight, and I like him in this spot. So Neil Magny's my pick there. So these are my picks for this event tomorrow morning. Picks I really like. Let me go. Actually, in the description, I'll list my confident picks, my parlays, and an underdog for you. So, again, let's get this bag, guys. Good luck.